Hi, Jason.
Hey Wood, nice talking to you.
Likewise. This is our very first episode of RuPaul's Drag Race episode by episode guide.
Yes, our reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race, which everyone is gonna love.
That's right.
Yes,
Am I a
we're
little
gonna be a
behind?
big hit. What?
Am I a little behind? When did episode one, season one start?
Oh my God, when was that?
I mean, this is my very first time I read it. Oh, it's 2009.
Exactly 2009, and they've done like 13 seasons now, I guess.
Better late than never, says RuPaul.
Or was it Better Never? No, no, of course.
No,
We couldn't
yeah,
live without the show. There's no way.
that's right.
Gay
Also, tuck
culture.
it. She,
Also,
she
what?
says. Also, tuck it. She
Tuck
says.
it. Yes, tuck it.
Two things.
Make sure your tuck is nice and smooth. Otherwise, you might get some comments from the
Mm-hmm.
judges, like one of the contestants. Not on this episode, but I've seen the future, so I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, Jason, I'm tucked right now, and I'm ready to talk about it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't tuck today. Mine's really hanging out right now. But I am wearing clothes. But
Humble
you'd
brag.
you'd never really know, would you?
On a podcast? Yeah, sure. I'm wearing clothes too. Of course I am.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Well,
Okay.
do you want to talk about yourself, or should we
Oh,
talk about
maybe we
ourselves a little bit?
should. Oh my gosh, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. Okay, okay.
Okay.
You first.
Okay. Well, what is my connection to RuPaul's Drag Race? So I didn't get into it until we decided to do this show.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like as a gay man, I should have gotten into this a lot earlier, but I just for whatever reason I didn't get a chance. Oh, you know what? In 2009, it was on VHS. I didn't have
Oh my
cable
god.
TV.
VHS.
Oh no, Logo.
Yeah,
Even
logo.
yeah.
It was on logo, and I don't know if maybe I had logo, but I didn't watch logo. You know, it was famously bad. I mean, it's great.
Is this still with us? Oh,
Actually, I don't
I
know.
don't know either.
No, you know what
But
happened to Logo? I think it turned into like only a little bit of gay programming, and then they just show reruns of other stuff. Because I was watching it
oh,
in Texas at my conservative parents' house, and I'm like, wow, they get Logo in Dallas, Texas? I don't think my parents watch it very much.
well, I'm glad they didn't block it for you.
That's true. Okay, wait, you were
Mm,
saying something about yourself. So you got into RuPaul's
so I
Drag
got
Race?
in, but all my friends were into it, and I
Yeah,
just couldn't talk about it because I didn't watch it. And in
yeah.
2009, I didn't have a TV. I don't think I had a TV actually.
Well, you know
Well,
you could stream it on the website, but I never did. That was an option too, like on Logo's website, I think.
oh, I didn't know that because,
Yeah.
but even back then, I think I was streaming most shows on like a little iPhone, and
Oh
it was
yeah.
just too much.
Yeah.
So like now it's become a huge thing, and I feel like I would be missing out if I didn't know what it was all about.
Yes. That's how I felt too. And in case our listeners don't know, we're both gay. That may come as a surprise, but we
Hmm.
are. We like the dick. Is that okay to say on a podcast?
I think so. It's our podcast, Jason. I think we can say whatever we want.
Well, I like the dick about every day. How about yourself?
Mm, twice a day, some days,
Oh,
and actually
whoa.
sometimes that's too tiring. Twice a day. I don't know.
It
I can't.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it is. But anyway, okay, yeah. And so
Yes.
I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race during coronavirus, during lockdown, like the first part of lockdown, like April or something, because I had only seen a couple episodes, and you know how it is. You see it playing in the bars all the time. I
Right.
even met people like contestants from RuPaul's Drag Race before, but I still didn't watch the show. And it's the same way. Everyone would talk about it. I'm like, I don't know who that is, you know. But I binged it all, like every single season during April, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I actually have a connection to gay culture that I didn't have before.
right? And
Yeah.
it was surprisingly, well, I shouldn't say surprisingly, it's been a success, but I was personally surprised that it's actually pretty catchy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like a reality show, but with the gay side of it. But I guess it's kind of like, what is it? Those shows where you design, and then you get eliminated because they have to
Oh, the
design
competing, oh, the contested shows.
Project Runway. Project Runway.
Project Runway.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but because they do have to sew, and that's something we saw in this first episode, which we're talking about today.
Right.
Yeah.
I also have to say that I thought it was going to be super bitchy and super negative.
Yeah.
It wasn't. At least not episode
No,
one, season one.
you're right. It hasn't gotten there yet. You're right. The
Oh
first
no! Wait a
episode.
minute. Are you are you telling me that changes?
Oh yeah, from time to time there's some drama. Absolutely. Especially they have that. I forget what it's called. This I've never watched, but there's like the behind the scenes show. Uh, so in case you didn't watch enough RuPaul's Drag Race, you can watch more. I think it's called Untucked, and it's like their behind the scenes show.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, but you see all the bitchiness there.
Well, we're still. I mean, the lockdown's coming back, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Yes.
Well, we're recording this in like the winter of 2020,
Exactly. So if
so
you're listening to this in 2040, we are very old now.
that's right. Um,
But anyway, should we start?
yeah. Okay.
Any first impressions of the show?
So, Jason, my first impression was, oh my God, 2009, was it really that long ago?
I know. Were we using like extremely glossy filters on the cameras back then? I mean, that was something I'm like, what the heck?
Because
So
the colors were,
yeah,
yeah, the saturation and just the overall color scheme reminded me, I thought we were in the 90s.
me too. And like RuPaul's face sometimes was just like a white splotch, like talking. Like it was so bright. Like whoa.
Well, you don't see any wrinkles that way, and
Oh, that's
not
true.
that,
Yeah.
not that she has any, but
I know. I'm so glad that changed later. We'll see that later. It changes to like more normal,
oh,
but first
okay.
season is kind of famous for that, like having this real glossy effect. Yeah. I've heard people talk about it. Actually,
It
other
also,
drag queens. Yeah.
oh, yeah, it also reminded me of um, like 2020 with Barbara Walters back in the 90s. Like whenever you see Barbara talk, she has this glow,
Yes.
this
Yes.
haze around her, and I was like, oh wow, she looks like ageless.
I know. I wonder who was in charge of like the filming. I have no idea. Like, was RuPaul involved in that decision, or was that just the network? I don't know.
Hmm. Probably her. And she always says the final decision is mine,
Oh, that's true.
right?
Uh huh. She.
So I bet you, yeah.
Oh my God. Can we talk about the judges for a moment? So these judges,
Yes.
Santino and Merle, Santino Rice and Merle Gemberg. Yes, I'm reading this. Are the main judges on the show in the first season and I think the second season. But they change, and thank God they change because these judges to me, especially Santino, I'm like, ugh, so boring. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
had no, I had no idea who these people were, and I was like,
me either.
yes. I like the name Santino. It sounds
Yeah,
spicy and like catchy
racist.
and but wait, racist on my part or racist on their part?
Both.
Both. Okay. Well, I apologize for any racism on my part, but like it just sounds like it sounds Santino, but I had never heard of this gentleman.
No, me either. I don't think many people had. And then they decided to get rid of him, or he decided to leave. I don't know. We'll
Oh,
find out.
but at least I'm reading the Wikipedia page right now. Um, at least at least he has a link. He has a
Oh, that's
hyperlink, a blue,
true.
so you can click on him.
But
But
poor Merle doesn't.
Merle doesn't. I'm trying. I was like, wait a minute, Merle.
Oh my
Uh,
God, did you see Santino's picture in his Wikipedia article? That is, woo!
oh wow, that he looks.
N-
Oh, you know what? It was for LA Zombie Race.
Oh, so that's why he looks like that. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah,
That is not a
yeah.
good choice for your Wikipedia picture, in my opinion.
Well, I will give Santino some. No, it isn't. I don't know if that's the one he picked.
No, maybe not.
Do you think that's his grinder picture, profile picture?
Oh, yeah. Do you like necrophilia? How
A
about
bunch of people say
half?
yes.
Oh, okay, so apparently he was a judge on Project Runway. That's why he was famous, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Oh, and he won some challenges. I don't know if he won the thing. I was just scanning over his article too. Uh, but and then RuPaul. We should say something about RuPaul. Right? How did you first hear about RuPaul? Did you see her growing up, or
I didn't. Well, I remember Rue was big like in the '90s. I grew up in the '90s,
yeah, yeah.
and then it was like it was very brave
Mhm.
to be a drag queen in the '90s because you know the stuff they saw. They probably saw some crazy nonsense.
Oh yeah. Well, I lived in a small town, and I think I was about 12 years old. This is in East Texas, and this was 90s as well, early 90s. And I saw RuPaul on one of those Entertainment Tonight shows or something, and I was like, oh my God, what? That's a man dressed as a woman. I was like amazed, and I thought she was beautiful. And then I saw her on a cover of a magazine in my tiny, like 2,000 people population town in the grocery store rack, and I'm like, oh, really? It was
Well,
scandalous.
I'm glad that they at least had that in East Texas. We
Yeah,
barely had content like that even in I grew up in San Jose,
right, right.
California, and that's I mean that's not that small of a town.
No,
We
it's
didn't
not.
have that much.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I guess because I agree with you. It was very brave, and she was a trailblazer for sure. Not not like the first drag queen, but the first like mainstream drag queen. I think. Like,
Exactly.
well,
Actually, you know what?
yeah.
I've heard her songs before. I just didn't know they were hers.
Oh my God, really? You hear them
Yeah.
in the clubs, right? In the gay clubs.
No, I wasn't old enough to go to those gay clubs in the '90s, but I've
Oh, you
heard,
mean you heard her songs back then? Oh,
yeah. So I've heard her songs like I think on the radio or something like that. The
yeah.
the supermodel "You Better Work" song,
Right, right. That was like her big hit. She said
and
it's paying several houses off right now.
it was paying several houses back in 2009.
I
Can't
know,
imagine what
right?
they're paying now. Yeah.
No kidding. I don't think she has to worry about money now because, she has that fracking going on her property. Did you hear about that?
No, wait, is that what
Oh,
Work It Girl is paying for now?
well, there's some scandal because RuPaul said in an interview that she's like, or he, I don't know what he or she prefers actually.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so because RuPaul does man and woman now pretty regularly, kind of back and forth.
Hmm.
So anyway, so RuPaul was like, oh yeah, I have land, and then I just like lease it out to these people who drill for oil or something like that. And it was really controversial because a lot of people are like, you don't care about the environment, RuPaul. And I'm
Oh,
like, well, yeah, he's an American. It's all about the money. No, no,
well,
no.
well. Hopefully that's hopefully that fracking land is not the well. Hopefully that's not the land that that song paid for.
I I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Supermodel is making capitalist oil giants rich. So
Mm.
in a
Well,
roundabout way.
who's not starving?
Okay. Okay, so RuPaul is amazing, but apparently she decided I want to do this show and help other drag queens, which she has definitely done, you know,
Yeah,
given
and in
opportunity. Yeah.
2009, I thought she was already like this. I don't know, like motherly figure,
Right, right.
authoritarian motherly figure, grandmotherly
Right.
figure. No, that's yeah.
Yes. Yes. Don't tell her that, but yes.
No, we'll keep it
Oh,
between us.
grandmother Rue.
Actually, I think my grandma became a grandma younger than Rue.
Oh, I think my mom too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So how about this show? Want to go through the contestants? Like,
sure.
okay. So,
Again,
yeah,
Jason, not all of them have Wikipedia
that's
hyperlinks.
true. That is true, which means perhaps not all of them are super famous. I don't know.
Enough of them do.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about being on Drag Race. You always have, well, hopefully, some kind of job. Maybe making $50 plus tips or something, but hey, at least it's a job.
It's a job.
Um, okay, I'll go first. Okay, Bibi Sahara Benet. She
Hmm.
is the African one, and she is bringing international flavor. She said. I think she looks beautiful. What do you think?
I liked her presence.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
like when she's on camera, I mean, I do feel like that she has a presence that's a little bit different from others.
Mhm, mhm. I
Like,
agree.
I feel like her persona is just like, okay, I am I'm a drag queen, but I don't know. I feel like she's a little bit different from the other ones.
Yeah, she says she has class, and I have to agree. I think she does. I mean, not to say they don't have class. The others, well, some of them maybe not so much, but
Some of her some are
yeah,
a little kitschy and like campy, which is
yeah,
fun, but
yeah.
that's not her. That's definitely not
No,
BB.
no. She kind of carries herself. Uh, it seems like she carries herself with a lot of self-respect, and dignity.
I like that.
Mm,
Although I feel like in this episode, BB kind of flew under the radar a little bit.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Because I just got to see her like in a few scenes, and I was like, she kind of just like, okay, she went
that's
through.
true. Even her, like, they did that scene with the car wash with those two
Yes.
guys. And thank
Hmm.
you, RuPaul, for showing us those big dicks and those tight pants getting all wet. Oh, I was
That
getting
water
aroused.
really, yeah, that water really did help
It.
revealing things, didn't it?
Yeah. Do you think they planned that?
I wonder.
Hmm. Oh, but anyway. But BB in that scene, I think they just did a short clip of her in that one. I can't remember, but I think they just kind of glossed over it.
Yeah, I mean, she looked good, but
Yeah, yeah.
she definitely didn't cause or receive drama
No,
in
no,
that first episode.
that's true.
But
Okay,
yeah, I liked her presence.
me
Okay,
too.
well, and she and she has a hyperlink on Wikipedia, so that's something.
She does. That is good. Okay.
Um, okay, well, we can talk about Nina Flowers.
Yes, Nina Flowers. Fabulous.
She looks good. Oh my
Fabulous.
god.
Yes. I
Yeah,
mean, what a unique style. At least to me, I haven't seen many people with that style, you know?
I really like her intensity.
Yeah,
Like,
very intense.
see, she's so intense when she's on stage, and that style it's edgy.
It is very edgy, kind of punk feeling, punky.
And actually, even like in and out of drag, I mean, she's a
Oh,
pretty good looking person,
yeah, that's true. She's
right?
yeah, I agree. Uh maybe not my type exactly, but yeah, good looking. Is that your type,
Oh,
Ward?
well, I don't want to say types, but I
Yeah.
just think that is a good looking person.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah. An
I
attractive
like
person.
tattoos.
Yeah, yeah. Many
I do like
tattoos.
tattoos.
Yes.
So I was like, well, most people actually, in my opinion, pull off tattoos well,
Mm.
but Nina does.
Well, I was thinking about getting an ankle tattoo that says I love RuPaul. Would that be tacky?
No, you do you, Jason. Why? Why on the ankle, Jason?
What about one on my tattoo that says suck me? Is that cool? Is that not trashy?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry, my dog. My my dog agrees.
Oh, oh, your dog
He
likes
likes
it.
it.
Your dog
He
likes
likes it.
it. Okay.
Um,
No, but
I know. I
yeah.
think it's very direct, and I think it does get the message across.
Penis tattoo it is. I'm getting it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there you go. I would pencil it in first to to see what kind of reception you get.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. See
Yeah,
see how people react. Yeah.
put it on
Uh
like I don't know Hinge or something.
yeah, like maybe a Sharpie marker won't stay on too long.
uh,
Uh
but yeah, so okay, we all agree that Nina Flowers looks good.
yes, wonderful and such great style. What about Rebecca? Hello, doggy. How about Rebecca Glasscock? I had to look her up to be like, who is that?
I have to look her up too. No, wait a minute. I haven't. Okay, so I'm gonna call him Lips. Rebecca
Lit.
Glasscock, Lips, because she
Yeah.
has really plump lips, and he's licking them all the time.
Oh my God, you're right. And
So
he slash she is very handsome as a man. Now, this is one that, as a man, could be my type. If I said type, yes.
I also think he's a very good-looking man. Those
Yeah.
lips, whew,
Yes, and a beautiful
I have to call
woman
them lips.
too. But lips. Okay, we'll go with lips. So lips looks very, very sexy, but maybe a little bit amateurish. I thought, with the makeup and hair and stuff. Like, I wasn't getting a very experienced drag queen from this first episode. I don't. What did you think?
That was my impression as well.
Mm.
I thought maybe Lips was I don't know. I felt like she was kind of still getting into her stage self.
And you're talking about the lips on her face, right?
Yes,
Okay.
both lips on her face and
Because
everywhere
if
else.
she can lick those other lips, that's impressive.
Ooh. I did see a show in Thailand where someone was able to shoot down a balloon with the other
Oh.
lips.
Oh.
Yeah, they put BB guns in there and they shot down
Oh my God.
balloons. Yes,
That's amazing.
but I don't think Rebecca Glasscock lip could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like this probably was a growing experience for Rebecca.
Yeah. I think you're right.
You
And
know,
I just didn't. I guess I didn't notice her that much in this episode either. I mean, I noticed she looks really good, but didn't stand out that much.
yeah, I felt like even the judges felt like maybe she wasn't quite as confident and comfortable on stage
Yeah,
as some of the others.
yeah.
But performing's hard. I mean, I don't know what she did before this.
Fast food. No,
If
that's
you're not
just
a
a guess. I
performer,
have no idea.
well, Jason, you're a performer.
I am. I'm an oral sex performer. Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
also a singer and an actor and I don't know. I do everything as long as I can be in the spotlight.
That's right.
Yes.
How long did it take for you to be comfortable on stage, like where you feel like you had your voice and your
Oh,
look?
that is a good question. It was really hard actually. When I first started singing, for people who don't know, I was on the X Factor. I was a finalist. Okay, so to get there
Whoop, whoop.
took a long time because I was so afraid of singing in front of people that I literally, when I first started, couldn't even look at them. I had to turn my back to people to sing. I mean, can you imagine? That's how embarrassed and shy I was.
Oh no, I mean performing is scary. So
Yeah,
imagine, and this is a competition, so I guess
yeah.
it's I can see how
Oh
it's super
my
intimidating.
God, competitions are the worst. I mean, as far as stress and pressure, it's a lot of pressure on you, especially with judges. Like that's what I hated about being on the X Factor the most. Like dealing with the judges always caused me stress because they would always say things I didn't expect, and I see that on RuPaul's Drag Race too. And I'm like, do they even mean what they're saying? I honestly don't think they do sometimes, but whatever.
I feel like I feel like they sometimes say things just for the camera, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And maybe RuPaul starts something and the others just are like, oh, yeah, that's true.
I want to keep this job. That's
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yes, Miss RuPaul, yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, and you're a performer too. So how about
Well,
you?
I'm not a performer by by profession, but it
Yeah.
is a hobby, and
Right.
it's terrifying when like if it's your like let's say if I'm doing a show like either a comedy show or an improv show,
Yeah.
and this is the first show of like the first run of the show,
Mhm.
it's really nerve wracking.
It is, isn't it?
And
It.
then maybe like if I'm doing the same run of the same show for I don't know like my fourth or fifth show, sometimes I grow into it, but like that first run can be really scary.
Yes. And for people who don't know, you do like improv mostly, right? Like improv.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So I no, I was lips my first few improv shows. Well, I mean, I didn't have those lips,
But
but yeah, no,
you have
it
pretty nice
was.
lips, Ward. But let's not
Oh,
go there.
thank you. I also have a nice mouth too.
Oh, do you really? Well,
But
I can't say I'm too familiar with that.
yes, I feel it. I feel her pain. I feel
Oh,
Rebecca's pain.
yes, yes. Okay, well, should we talk about the next contestant?
Oh, yes, we should.
Okay, who's
Um,
next on our list? Chanel?
yes.
Okay, let me look at Chanel's picture so I remember who. Oh, yeah, Chanel.
Okay, I'm confused. So Chanel, I'm looking at the picture and I'm still not
Registering?
registering a lot because
Oh,
I let
no,
me.
she must not have been memorable for you. She showed her ass, her full ass. Remember? Like, she had those pants
Oh,
where her
yes.
ass was showing? Yeah. Like, okay.
Was she having the like a little feud with Pork Chops?
Oh, wait, pork chops? About
Uh,
what?
Victoria Pork Chop Parker?
What
Was
was
she the
she
one?
saying? Oh.
Well, when someone was taunting um, Pork Chops a lot during the first episode.
You mean just saying she seemed like, wait,
Well,
what?
there was like a little rivalry going on. They talked smacked about each other.
I don't remember that. I
I think that
remember
was Chanel.
I remember someone saying they think it's time for her to go home or something. Maybe that was it. Like, yeah.
But she also the one who has like Chanel has a really nice butt and a really nice body.
I don't know because for me, Chanel is not that attractive. But no, she called herself the Barbara Streisand of drag, or no, she said some people call her that because she's like
Oh,
perfectionistic and she she also to me seems like a very seasoned pro. She said she brought with her like $25,000 worth of costumes. I'm like, holy shit!
wow.
But that's because she works in Vegas. She's probably making decent money, I guess.
Good for her. Well, she also has a Wikipedia link.
Yes, she
Oh, and
does.
she also has an official website.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Well, good for her. Oh, and she was in RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. I've never watched All Stars. Maybe that's a thing for another podcast or after we
Yeah.
finish this one.
After we finish this one, every
Yeah.
single episode. Yeah.
Oh God. In 50 years, we'll be done. By the time we cover every RuPaul's episode and all there's so many little, there's like RuPaul University, RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul's Celebrity, Untucked, the backstage thing. I mean, God, that's a
That's okay.
lot.
The pandemic is gonna last for a while, so
That's true.
we're just gonna watch our shows and talk about it.
Sounds good to me. So
Okay, so she looks good.
Chanel,
So she looks professional and she has stage presence.
yes, but a little bit old fashioned, I thought. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It seemed
Oh
like a little
yeah.
drag to me.
Yeah. I mean Barbara Streisand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
she's not old, but I felt like she's a little bit old school. Yeah.
I think she was. Yeah, I'm looking at the age of these um, queens, and she
Oh yeah.
was 29 at the time. So I guess she was one towards the younger end.
Yeah. But was that true? Because she looked older to me. But okay.
Yep.
Okay, how about the next
Good for
one?
her. Uh,
Next
Angina.
contestant. Angina. Sounds like vagina.
She, it does.
I wonder if she did that on purpose.
I hope so.
Yes. So apparently her boy name is On or Ong. I couldn't remember which one.
Oh, Ryan Ong Palau.
Okay, Ong. So and then he was like, "Oh, Ong Gina, because I don't have a vagina." I'm like, okay, okay.
Okay, I can respect that.
It's a good name. It is. And I think she brings, how do you say, definitely almost like a not drag thing, but it seems okay because it's just like different.
It is. She is very different.
Yeah. But
I
it's,
mean,
yeah.
I don't. I'm Asian American, and I don't see too many Asian American drag queens.
Oh, yes, we're both Asian
And
American for our listeners. No, actually, I'm
that's
not.
right. No.
But I live in Japan.
Oh, that's right.
But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say representation matters. So I'm
Mm.
glad that there is someone there who, I don't know, I can't say looks like me because she doesn't look like me. I don't look like her. But
No, no, you don't.
no, but like, but there is representation, and I'm glad that she's there. And
Me too.
on the first episode, I mean, she's quirky.
She
She's really
is
quirky.
very quirky. That's good to have someone like that. That might be why they picked her too, because she's just so different. And but she also seems pretty sweet, like a nice person.
Yeah, I liked her
Um,
energy.
but don't you also like overall how they I assume they made an effort to do this, but they got a lot of racial diversity.
Yes,
Hmm.
and that does matter.
It does, and that's for a show of this era, 2009. That was before Black Lives Matter was really a thing, and I
Well, we did
mean,
have Obama. I mean,
well, yeah, but
those were
that was
better times. Oh my god. Oh my god. We should go back to that time.
yeah, we should. Maybe Trump's gonna take over our country by military force. Hey,
Oh god. I hope
ex-
not.
exciting times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well,
Yeah. Simpler times.
yes. Anything else to say about Angina?
Um, she got feedback a lot about her looking like a little boy.
Oh, that's true. And didn't you wonder, like, is that really okay to say? Like, I thought that when they were saying it. I'm like,
I thought about it. I was like, well, no, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair because it is a show based on looks and presentation.
and it is, or at least it was initially about looking like a woman. That is
Mm-hmm.
true. But now we know that drag has become, or maybe it always has been, not only looking like a woman, but it sometimes includes looking like a mix of genders. Like San
Yeah.
Francisco drag queens, you see the beard all the time.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's about seeing, challenging the gender norm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
And Angina did.
Mhm. Mhm. And I think
Yeah.
RuPaul later becomes more open to the idea of even having like transgendered contestants. At first, she didn't want that. I think. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was another controversy. But yeah, we'll get there. I'm sure.
We'll get there. Episode 5. Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
Episode
either.
5. Yeah.
Probably
But
episode
okay.
51. I don't know.
Episode 51.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jade Sotomayor. I don't know who this is. I have to look her up.
Jade. I wrote one note about Jade.
Oh, really?
It just
What
says
is it?
Jade.
That's it. It just says Jade. Good notes, Ward. Good notes. um,
Well, Jade is a
Jade is,
semi-precious gemstone.
and she's a semi-precious drag queen as well.
That sounds that sounds about right.
That's a kind of an insult, but okay. She is a beautiful man, first of all, but as a drag queen, she's beautiful, but a bit of a square jaw. I thought a bit manly looking, even in drag. A
Okay.
little.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Um. Again, I'm going back to the notes, and I'm like Jade. Jade. I'm doing my best to
Oh,
remember
I think you should Google her. Maybe you can see.
what
But
what Jade looked like. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes. 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 Yeah. Again, Jade was. I'm sorry, on episode one, season
Hmm.
one,
Hmm.
she didn't stand out to me.
No, she just got by. I think she just like
She
she
got
wasn't
by.
a standout. No.
Yeah, I think she looked fine, and she didn't look bad, or
Yeah,
she just didn't stand out to me.
to me, I agree, but I also notice, she's pretty, but she just hasn't perfected it. She just isn't at that level yet. She seems like a bit inexperienced to me too.
I feel like, do you think that's a trend? Do you think that's like an overall trend for season one, episode one? Because they were more like a,
Well,
well, they were they're not what they are now.
true,
For
true.
sure, they were a logo. They're not everywhere. They're not.
Yeah, yeah. This show, we didn't even know it was going to be a hit at this point. It was just a new show, right?
Right.
But I feel like about maybe half, no, no, maybe a third of the contestants are experienced. Like I feel that they have really
Yes.
more polished. But
Like
then maybe
stage
about,
presence and stage.
yeah, and the look too. But about two-thirds, which is about most, most of them,
Right.
they do seem a bit inexperienced. And yeah, maybe that's what they wanted, you know?
Also, okay, according to the Wikipedia notes,
Oh, yes.
she's from Chicago, Illinois, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You lived in Chicago.
I lived in Chicago. I don't feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Chicago isn't as big of a drag scene town as
Mm,
maybe, I don't know.
Miami.
God. So Jason and I went to a drag show in Miami, and I
Oh
thought
yes,
I was going to cut with a razor blade
me
by
too.
every single performer.
They are aggressive and excited there.
That's right. Well, okay. So, did you think the performers in Miami had better stage presence and had a better, just overall presentation than these
Mm,
people?
actually, yes. Don't you?
Yeah, I do
I,
too.
they were more like really. I mean, they were yes, very in your face, but they were also pretty good. They looked good. They had a lot of personality and a lot of
Oh
speed
yes,
running through their veins.
yes. I mean, if you have to perform at the red beans and rice place every Tuesday night,
On the sidewalk.
you I was like, it was on the sidewalk. So they had their stage time and they had their, they polished their craft.
Right, right. That's what's
But
important. Yeah.
again, I'm saying, just like, I feel like I didn't see that as much in Chicago. I don't feel like, and maybe later on we'll find out more about the drag scene, but I feel like
Yeah.
Chicago, that it's not as big of a scene there.
That might be true. I mean, of course, I don't really know because I didn't live there or anything, but maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. Next in our list.
That would be Miss Akasha.
Oh, Akasha. She doesn't have a link. How sad.
I know. I'm just
But I remember
control
Akasha. I
control copy and
remember
control
Akasha.
paste people. Oh, please tell us about Akasha.
Okay, Akasha was wearing that green thing with she was showing some skin underneath, and she was actually pretty sexy with her car wash scene too, I thought. Um, but what
Oh,
she's the one who came out and did that walk where I didn't really like the walk that much, but it was very enthusiastic on the runway. And the outfit she designed was like very little clothing at all.
yes.
Yeah, the all black.
She's the one who had a little feud with Ms. Victoria Porkchop Parker.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now that makes sense because she
Yes.
has more attitude, but I don't think she's angry like the judges said. Do you know how the judges said, well, and just that wall of anger? I'm like, where are you getting that? I don't feel like she has a wall of anger.
I didn't get anger. What
Yeah,
I got was youth.
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
youth. I got that Akasha was young, and she was there to prove herself, and
Right.
maybe in that sense she pushed a little harder.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
I think she was as surprised as I was when they told her that, like, do you really want to be here? I'm like, do you have to ask that stupid question on every reality show? Do you really want to be here? Of course she wants to be here.
Of
She's
course she wants to
here.
be there. Yeah, she signed like 1,000 pages of waivers and
You,
non-disclosure agreements or
you
whatever.
know she did. You
No,
know
you
she
did.
did. I had to as well. You know that. So you have to
I
sign your
know.
life away.
I signed that too because
You did?
actually I was on one episode of the X Factor with you.
That's right. You're on that
Yeah.
video. So you had to sign all that stuff too.
Oh yeah, I signed like I don't know how many. So yeah, of course you want to be there
Well,
when
yeah,
you're on
yeah.
TV. You know.
Right, right. But it's a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of time that goes into this. So it's not like she just showed up and was there that day.
I I feel like I can really identify with Akasha
hmm
because I feel like Akasha was like she's young and she was there to prove herself,
Yes.
and I feel like she wasn't. Maybe she was at least in episode one. She's not as polished and
No,
experienced of a performer as some of the others.
I agree. And also, her name is one of the only names where I don't really know what it's inspired by. Maybe we find out later. Or I don't know where she
Is
got
that
that
a
name.
tree? Is it? Do you know Akasha?
Maybe.
No, that's acacia.
Oh,
It's a really good tree. It's promotes shade and all that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on to Tammy Brown?
Yes, please.
I would say, first impression, strange.
I really liked Tammy.
You like Tammy?
I okay, so I wrote notes because there are only a few people I wrote notes on, and
Mm-hmm.
Jade was just Jade. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
But Tammy Brown reminded me of like a mix between Barbara Bush and a Klingon. like,
Oh my god.
like that forehead reminded me. I don't know what she did with her makeup. I because episode one, season one, they didn't show how they did those makeups,
Oh my god. See, that
and
is a really great description.
and every time she did that, I was like, oh my gosh, she looks like the like on Deep Space or not Deep Space on the Next Generation, a
No.
female Klingon.
Oh my, she does.
Forehead.
She does. I didn't think of it, but you're right. It's because she like plasters her eyebrows on, but then she just draws these tiny lines. That's one thing, and her big forehead.
No, there's something going on with that forehead because I think
Yeah.
she puts a wig with maybe like a forehead silicone thing on
Oh.
top because that forehead is definitely it looks different because
Mm.
they post pictures of them out of drag,
Mhm.
and out of drag I'm not
Yeah.
getting that same vibe, but
Right. Right.
like in drag and I'm like definitely like live long and prosper and you
Yeah.
know.
Oh my god. She has I like her personality though. She's quirky, weird, but interesting, kind of yeah, just like a quirky drag queen, I guess.
She stood out, and
Yeah.
I think she actually has her Wikipedia page
Yes, she
and
does.
her own website.
Oh, good for her. But
I clicked on it.
mhm.
I I don't see the same forehead.
Oh, okay. Well, she what was I going to say? Her dress. You know how they all had to make their dresses. Well, I
Mhm.
actually didn't like hers, but the judges did, but I wasn't feeling it.
That's the one that made me feel like it was like that's the one that was like back in the it feels like a throwback to the 50s or 60s,
Oh, I think she likes that. Yeah, I think she likes
right?
that retro thing, which is
Yeah.
cool. That's fine.
Cool. Mm.
Hmm. Okay, well, she's one to watch out for.
She is.
I'm gonna watch out for her.
I will too. Klingons are very fierce fighters who live for honor and wouldn't cross
Violent
her.
sex.
That's right. Wait, is that a
Oh,
Klingon for?
they do. They have
Oh,
violent sex. Yeah. They bite,
mm,
claw. Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay. Last
could
one.
be
Last
fun. Sounds
contestant.
like it could be fun. Um,
I don't mind it.
Victoria.
Yes. Victoria Porkchop Parker.
Okay, I liked her.
Me too. Very nice. Had it together, I thought. Except
Hmm.
maybe not her last dress. I mean, But what is she expected to do? Like, if you never sewed an outfit, I thought that's a little unfair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she was obviously the. I don't want. Is she? Do you think she's the least experienced performer out of?
Well,
Maybe not.
apparently she's the most. I mean, she said
Oh.
she's been doing it for 20 years or something, and won all these pageants and stuff. Like, apparently she's very experienced, but
Mhm.
she doesn't have like the biggest personality. She just like has a nice personality, I guess.
I feel like in the late 2000s and nowadays,
Hmm.
nice is not going to cut it. Unfortunately,
No,
or fortunately.
no, pretty much not. I mean, people expect drama and attitude, but I mean, I don't think you have to have that. But most drag queens do on that show, at least. But
I
that's
don't
part of doing
either.
drag. Yeah, yeah. I
I thought she
mean,
was sweet, and but I did agree with. I feel like Rue gave the shadiest shade when she called her regional.
oh, that was so shady.
I was like, oh, shade.
It was so shady. Perhaps she's just too regional. Oh my god. And then she said, well, oh yeah, should we say who got eliminated? I mean, I guess everyone would know by now. Uh,
I mean, she got eliminated first.
yes, yes, she got
Yeah.
eliminated on the first episode. And, but she said to her, what RuPaul said to her, like, I think you should just go back to where you're from and do what you do best. Make people happy or something like that. But,
Right.
it didn't sound like RuPaul had hopes for her making it big.
I again, that's pretty tough. Okay, according to
Yeah.
this, she's from Anderson, South Carolina.
Woo.
Ooh, going back to
Well,
Anderson, South Carolina might be a pretty tough life.
that is a tough life. Um, she, I just happened to be looking at her filmography on Wikipedia, and
Mhm.
she's done a few other shows, including Botched. Maybe it was to get rid of those wrinkles on her nose. That's kind of interesting that she has those.
Oh no, but I was gonna say how did that go, but I she's on a show called Botched. Oh,
And then
okay.
she did AJ and the Queen, which is RuPaul's latest Netflix drama series. So she was in
Oh,
that. That's good.
oh, she was blocked by President Trump on Twitter.
Oh my goodness, that's an honor.
That is an honor. Well, okay, we should say that. Look, she is the most experienced, seasoned
Mm,
performer, at least by age.
yes.
Now, see, now I'm throwing shade,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
but she's a veteran
She
on
is. Yeah.
of the stage, and we should say that. Look, 2000 and what was this? 2009.
9. Yeah.
I mean, this is someone who was attacked at a gay bar, and she talked about her experience of basically homophobia and violence.
Yeah, that's terrible. And being from the South, I guess, that kind of thing does happen. Well, it happens everywhere, but in the South, I
Yeah,
feel like it's worse. Or because I've been through some things in the South too. Threats of violence. I didn't really experience it, thank goodness, but yeah.
I I don't know. I've been to one drag play slash gay bar in the South
Hmm.
in Charleston,
Oh,
and eh, I don't know. The stage was empty, so I couldn't get the feel for it. But
yeah.
it's just the vibes are very different. And
Yeah.
this was like last year. This is
Per-
not 2000. This is not
yeah.
2009.
Yeah. I went to a gay bar in Dallas, and this was like 13 or 14 years ago. Maybe close to the time of this show. But so I was at the gay bar drinking on the balcony. I think it's called JR's. But I was looking across the street, and there are protesters saying gays are going to hell. I mean, that's the South.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was there a special event, or was this just like on a Tuesday night? People
Oh
were
my
just like,
God. They probably do it regularly because I know. unfortunately, I used to be in a Bible college, and people from my classes, they um they would organize outreach to the gay community, like a weekly outreach. They called it outreach, where they would go talk to gay people and try to convert them. Now they didn't have gays go to hell signs, but still, I know that these things are organized.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God, Dallas is a big
yeah,
city too.
I know, but pretty conservative. Although it's really gotten a lot more progressive lately. Yeah.
Well, for whatever it's worth, I think Victoria does look like a seasoned veteran who's been through all that
Yeah.
BS.
Yes. But she doesn't have great how do you say it? Like when she was performing, I don't feel like she had a lot. That is she didn't have as much personality when she was like singing and stuff. So,
Okay,
yeah.
can should we talk about the? I mean, we don't have to follow any structure, right?
Yeah, yeah, we don't
Should
have
we
to.
talk about the sudden death?
Oh yeah, like the
Should we talk about that?
what is it? Lip sync for your life? The
Yes, lip sync for your life.
Yes.
So basically, the winners were announced, and the two bottom contestants.
Yeah, Nina Flowers was the winner, deservedly so, for looking
She
amazing.
was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the two bottom performers were Victoria and Akasha,
Akasha.
right?
Yes, yes.
So they had to do a lip sync to RuPaul's. What song was it? Was
Yeah,
it the
supermodel, supermodel. RuPaul's
Supermodel? Yeah.
hit, big
So
hit.
to
Yeah.
Supermodel, and the loser goes home.
Yes, yes.
And Victoria, the scenes that they showed,
Mhm.
Victoria wasn't even lip syncing.
Oh no, are you serious? I didn't even notice
Yeah,
that.
because I was like, wait a minute, is she? Is she?
That is terrible.
I mean, lip syncing would mean like you're lipping, like you're making the words out of your mouth and not making a sound, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So the scenes I saw, she didn't do that. It looked like she was kind of doing a little Macarena thing, just moving around.
Oh my god. I saw her lips moving, but maybe I didn't see the parts where you caught where she wasn't moving her lips. But that is a sign of like not caring, in my opinion. If you didn't learn the song, that's not good. Uh, but
I'll
but
bet you she cared.
mhm.
She was probably just a little overwhelmed.
Maybe so. Maybe surprised that it was her in the bottom. But but Akasha was fantastic on that. Her faces and stuff too. Like, oh yes, she was like really feeling it. You know.
Yes, Akasha was like, well, Akasha was lips. She looked like she was lip syncing
Yes,
for her
yes, yes.
life.
Absolutely. Yeah, she
Yeah,
wanted to stay.
she will cut me if I get in her way. Like,
That's right.
she was pretty fierce, and I was like, okay, I respect that.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
she did a great job. She deserved to stay. And I do feel like I've watched some other episodes, as you know, of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I feel like RuPaul always. I don't think I've ever disagreed with who she picked at the end. Maybe once or twice, but it's very consistent. To me, I actually think RuPaul decides based on that last lip sync battle who gave it the biggest effort and stuff. You know?
And I will have
Yeah.
to say, even in the car wash challenge,
Mhm.
I feel like in the car wash challenge, Victoria also didn't bring it.
Yeah.
She was kind of laying down and she was kind of just laying around and
Right.
she didn't like she didn't play for the camera.
I think she was okay, but she comes across as kind of shy or something. It's kind of weird for a drag queen.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
She seems like a really shy, sweet
Yes.
person who
Yeah.
like she's probably great to talk to at
Right. Right.
like at a bar or like at a party.
Yeah. But
But
if she's listening to this, or if she were to hear this, uh, maybe she wouldn't think of herself that way. But that is how she came across.
you know what? I'll bet. I don't know. I've never talked to her myself, but
Yeah.
I'll bet you even if you talk to her, she might say, "Yeah, no, I'm normally a shy person."
Maybe
Aren't
so.
aren't a lot of performers, or a good number of performers, actually shy people?
I sometimes,
Sometimes, right?
like Barbara Streisand, apparently. Uh,
Right.
I used to be, but not anymore. I think people usually have to get over that. You kind of get used to it.
I think I've met, well, I met a few people. Wait, I don't think you're shy in person,
No.
but I've met performers like especially stand-up comics or in the comedy world who are like once they're off stage, they turn inward a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what that's like. I do that too, but to a certain extent. Like, I just want to go home. I don't actually want to
Mm-hmm.
talk to everyone because I feel like, okay, it's over. But then I just do it because I know I should, and so I just
Right.
muster up the energy. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
but on I guess on stage you can't do that. You know you cannot turn inward when you're on stage.
No, you
You
can't.
have to project a certain image.
You do. And I do think you're right that a lot of people do that, even though they might be shy. They realize they have to bring it on the stage. Even Akasha might be shy. Who knows? Or maybe doesn't feel totally comfortable herself. But she's doing a good job of projecting confidence, at least
Mm-hmm.
in this lip sync.
Yeah. Oh, who did you like in the car wash other than the two gentlemen in wet pants and no underwear?
Well, I really liked their penises. Probably next. No, no. Okay, the contestant that I liked the most. Oh my
Hmm.
god, I don't know. I really don't know who I like the most. Do you have one?
I I want to say okay. I liked the performance done by Nina Flowers.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought she really did bring it,
Yeah,
and I
she was
liked
into it.
Angina. She was like she just took it on.
Yeah, that's true. She did. The one who I thought did a kind of a unusual take, but it kind of worked because it's her personality, is Tammy. Tammy, what's it? Tammy Brown.
Tell me about
She kind
yes.
of did these weird faces. Like, not really sexual at all, but still, she did it her way.
I will say her face is one of her assets.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You can't mistake her for anyone else.
No,
Um,
maybe yeah.
except a Klingon, perhaps.
But I feel like yeah. So I feel like for her, like she wasn't using her body as more of a sexual like performance.
No, she wasn't.
She
I don't.
wasn't.
I don't think she really does that. Like even in her like walking and her drag, it's not very sexual.
Right. I feel like yeah, she did use her face and her expressions a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Oh, but by the way, do you think Tammy Brown was like a riff on Tammy Faye? What was Tammy Faye? No, it was Tammy Faye Baker, not
Oh,
Tammy
that
Faye,
was
not
Baker.
Tammy Faye
Yeah,
Brown.
I don't know. That's a good question. Where did she get that name? I don't know. Even her boy
Tammy,
name isn't Brown. It's Keith
no,
Glenn Schubert.
yeah, so it's not really Tammy.
But she looks like a Schubert. That could have been incorporated.
Oh no, it was a thing on Tammy Faye. So she first appeared on Surreal again. She has a Wikipedia page. Good for her.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, She appeared as Tammy Faye Messner
Oh my god, on the Surreal Life?
on the Surreal Life. Yeah.
Oh my god. And she did
So
commercials. Oh my goodness.
so it is a thing, or a riff on Tammy Faye.
Oh my god. How is that? I never knew that. They don't talk about that in the episode. Uh,
Mm-mm. I feel like the
interesting.
first episode, there's so many people that I feel like they can't dive too deeply.
Oh, you're right. They can't give anyone
Yeah.
really enough time, but we get more time for the people who make it later.
Okay, I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
Me too. I think that this episode was worth watching it. I give it 4 dicks out of 5. How many dicks would you give it?
I, I give it, yeah, I give it. Actually, the same. I would give it 4 dicks out of 5. That's a very, very fair. Or like I would double it. I would give it 8 dicks out of 10,
Or
which
should
proportionally is the same, or 80 dicks out of 100.
um should we give rate in dicks or rolls of masking tape? Or maybe we should figure out something. I don't know. I kind of like dicks up.
Yeah, 80
Thumbs
dicks
up,
up.
dicks up.
I would give it 80 thumbs up, dicks up. Because I feel like I really liked it because I feel like it has the energy of a startup show. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a little raw, it was a little grungy. I mean, like
yeah.
we didn't talk about it too much, but there's like that thing where they brought stuff out of the 99 cents
Oh
garbage
yes,
bin,
and they had to make their
basically,
own costumes. Yeah, out of
right? I mean,
garbage.
it was. I mean, it's pretty grungy and pretty raw, and I liked it.
Yeah, yeah. And they did
It
a
really,
great job considering. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, one of them used tin foils or something like that. Wow, that looks pretty good for tin foil.
I agree. But but yeah, you're right. It's nice to see this show in the early stages. A lot of that stuff they keep later, but the quality of the filming and everything gets better, and then we also start to see famous people. We don't really see that right now.
Oh, you mean as judges or
Yeah, like
as?
guest
Oh,
judges. Usually they have like a celebrity guest judge. But at this point, not so much. I don't know. I can't remember if they do any in season one.
I wrote down who's Bob Mackey. Like that name sounds
Oh
familiar. Like
my
he was one of the
god.
judges, right?
Yeah, yeah. Bob Mackey, I think, is a makeup artist. Hey, let's see. Let's Google him. Bob
And I
Mackey.
wonder if he's still with us.
Oh, fashion designer. Still
Oh yes, he's
alive.
still with us.
He's
Yes.
81. Good for
Okay.
him, Mr. Mackey.
Oh, and you know what? So this is 2007, and I
Hmm.
think LGBT people of a certain age dealt with different things that we dealt with,
Yeah, that's true.
right? So like, I I couldn't tell that Santino was gay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know,
I didn't know either, but apparently he is.
and but like now I see it, but it was like a '90s gay, almost
Oh my
like
god, that's true.
like I was like,
But it's 2009, right? But he looks 90s.
yeah, yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, I think it's a good look for a lot of people,
Yeah, I guess
but
so.
I'm just saying. I was like, okay, well, that's a different look,
Yeah.
and so is Bob Mackey. Bob Mackey is. It looks like he is. His partner was someone named Ray Agayan.
Wait. Bob Mackey's not gay?
He is,
Oh, but he says he's married to someone named Lulu?
but then partners after 1963. So it looks
Oh,
like
oh, 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 they divorced. I see. So now he's with a guy. Got it,
yes,
got it.
yes, yes.
Oh, but sadly the guy died.
I,
Oh,
yeah. Well, I was wondering if Bob is still with us, but I'm glad that he is.
yes. And Mike Ruiz was the other guest judge who was actually the photographer as well. They didn't have a big budget, obviously. Nothing against Mark Ruiz because I don't know that
No,
much about him, but I mean, in later episodes, I don't think they do that overlapping so much.
and props to Logo for doing this in 2009. I mean,
Yeah,
this stuff. I don't know. I didn't have a TV back then, so that was the only like gay network that I knew,
yeah.
and I didn't watch any of the shows because I didn't have TV. But what are they
I
known for?
didn't
Anything
either.
else?
Um, what logo?
Mm-hmm.
They had some other shows, but I didn't watch
Was
them.
Queer
Sorry.
was Queer Wait, was Queer as Folk on Logo only, or was that like another
No, that
stuff?
was like Showtime or HBO or something.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that's.
yeah.
I didn't have
Uh,
money for that. 2009.
and we have not named this podcast yet, so I'm sure we'll come up with something clever, right?
That's right.
Whenever it's available, people will see a clever name.
That's right.
Do you want to brainstorm on?
Mm, well, I do. Maybe off the air.
Okay.
I mean, hey,
Hmm.
you know what? This episode is like season one, episode one of RuPaul's
Yes.
Race. We're still, finding our footing, and
Yep. And it's
yeah,
rough. It's rough.
it's rough.
It could use a
We're
lot of improvement.
we're semi tucked.
Sound quality may not be that great. Hopefully, it's okay.
I mean, at least in a previous podcast that I did, I've been caught like using the bathroom on
Oh,
air.
I think
At
that
least I'm
might.
not doing that with you.
I think that could be a pleasure to our listeners. You should do that.
I will. Maybe I'll do that for the finale.
Yeah, but you should really send it. Well, we can't show video on a podcast, can we? You can do a verbal description while you're peeing.
I'll, you know what? I'll save that for my least favorite episode. If there ever is one, and we need to buy some time, I'll do that.
Okay. And for me, I'll give you a verbal description right now. My dick is soft and small right now. Okay? Hope that turns everyone on.
That is very descriptive.
Yeah. I could go more into detail, but I won't.
That's very regional. Jason.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's the other thing, Jason. I think I'm learning how to throw shade so much better.
Good.
Just actually with one episode of RuPaul. So I hope that continues to improve my shade game.
Yes, I hope you can. You just need to work on it. And
Yes.
I don't know. Should we conclude?
We should.
We're about an hour in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. Time flew by.
I know.
Well, I can't wait till the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race episode 2, season 1.
Me too. And yeah.
Until then.
Yep.
Dicks up or down. Depends on.
Dicks up or down. Yeah. Can you comment on podcasts? Can people comment on these, or how do they react?
They can leave us. Please do leave us reviews and comments on iTunes, Stitcher, or anywhere where you can find this podcast.
Oh, wonderful! Can they ask us questions, or do we need to have a Twitter first?
I think we do need to have a Facebook or Twitter or Instagram page.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out, and we'll announce it as it happens. Yeah. If it happens on our subsequent episodes.
Exactly. We're like season 1, episode 1 of Drag Race, like you said.
That's right. I went to the 99-cent store.
Okay, well, have a great day, everyone. Nice talking to you, Ward.
Likewise.
Okay.
You can take over.